Hey everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Super excited to be here today. I'm going to let Facebook build our audience a little bit and then we'll get started. Good morning, Jordan. Welcome, welcome. Everybody coming on. Give me some likes, some thumbs ups. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Hey, Leah. Good morning. There you guys are. Hey, Danielle. All my girls are jumping on. Super excited about that. Good morning, Genoa. Hey, Morgan. How are you, friend? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Melanie. Okay, good. Everybody's jumping on. Hey, Emily. So 14,000 distributors in this group. This is like totally intimidating. Even worse, I have been like riding the Hot Mess Express all morning. Like I am a couple minutes late getting on here. Haven't really looked at my notes, you know, so this should be good though. I'm super excited. I love this topic. I've been training on it a lot lately and I cannot wait to share with you guys. So good morning, girls. Thank you guys for tuning in. Arkansas in the house. My upline's on. Hey, Lauren. All right, good. I'm so glad you guys are on. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. So my name is Callie Keeney. I am coming to you live from my living room in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I am a Ruby Empress with SeneGence. So for those of you who are newer to the business, that means my amazing team, the Sene Squad, did over $11 million in sales last year because I knew that was going to happen. I got a phone call. Knew it. Anyway, they are rock stars, totally amazing. Florida's in the house. Hey, girls. So, anyway, I'm super proud of them. We had an awesome, awesome year. It is just incredible to get to do this for a living and to have the opportunity to talk to you guys today. I'm just thrilled to be here. So let's get started. You guys are all tuning in today to learn about strategic sponsoring, and I cannot wait to share with you. So first things first, let's talk about the fact that we know that there are two ways to make money at SeneGence, right? You can buy the product for wholesale and then sell it for retail, and you can make some great extra cash every single month doing that if you're consistent, booking your demos and your Facebook parties, if you're out there wowing, doing all the building blocks of our business, right? You can make great money, and who doesn't want an extra $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever you guys want, you can make doing that, selling our products, which is incredible. But if you guys are interested in making big girl money, right? Like lots of zeros at the end of those checks, life-changing money for you, for your family, for anyone who you sponsor into this business, then it's absolutely critical that you grow a team. Absolutely critical. That is where the money is at, you guys. So that's what we're talking about today. Let's figure out how you guys are all going to start making big girl money, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I am not probably going to tell you anything that's like earth-shattering because the beauty of this business is that it's simple. It's simple. Whenever I sponsored, I used to tell people, girl, it's so easy and join my team and it'll be great. But I've stopped using the word easy because it's not easy, right? Like we work our businesses. We put time and effort into this. And the more time and effort you put into this, the more results you're going to see. But it's not easy. And you don't want people coming, like joining your team who just want to like cakewalk. You want girls who are willing to put the effort in. So instead of saying it's easy, I say it's simple. We're selling makeup and skincare. This isn't heart surgery, you know, like we can follow the leader. It's a great, simple, fun way to make extra cash. And that is the beauty of our business, right? So sponsoring is critical to your success if you guys want to build a big organization, a big team, change your life, change your family's life, change your friends' lives, and take that big girl money to the bank. So I'm going to talk to you guys about my 4 tips on successful sponsoring, okay? It's going to be great. Hopefully. Like I said, I haven't looked at my notes, but I talk about this all the time, so I think it's pretty much all up here anyway. Let's talk about my first tip for success, and that is focusing on you first. Okay? You cannot lead an amazing team to amazing things if you aren't walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing all the things that you need to do as a successful business owner. It is critical that you are in the right place yourself before you start bringing girls along. Sorry, phone call. I gotta turn that off. Hopefully this won't happen all morning. Sorry, guys. Absolutely critical that you focus on yourself first. So the biggest thing to ask yourself when we're talking about sponsoring is, do you believe what you're selling? Do you? Because when I think about SeneGence, I think about this as this absolutely incredible opportunity. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Like people, I've never done any kind of network marketing before, but there's lots of girls here who are, or who have done network marketing before, right? Like these are the kind, like the opportunity that we have in our hands, this golden opportunity is once in a lifetime. We have incredible products that do what they say, which is actually kind of rare these days, right? Like when we try a product and it actually does what we think it's gonna do, we're like, what? That's awesome, right? Our products do that. Not only do we have incredible products, but we have an amazing comp plan, right? Joni is brilliant. How many people do you have on your team who have said to you, gosh, I've done other network marketing companies before, but I've never had success until SeneGence? We hear it all the time. And the reason is because of our comp plan. It's so generous and the best in the industry. So we have awesome products, an amazing comp plan. We have the best executive team in the industry, not only because they're smart and they're capable, but because they have good hearts. They come from a good place. They want us to succeed. And that is the reason SeneGence is different than a lot of the other network marketing companies out there, right? Like SeneGence doesn't feel like some of the other network marketing companies out there, right? And I think as distributors, because of that, we don't put that out there, right? Like we are authentic and genuine and real, and that starts at the top, you guys. There's a reason we have the culture that we have, and it's because it starts at the top. It's because Joni was very intent on creating the culture that we have, right? Like this isn't an accident. It's because of Joni and her vision for us. So amazing products, incredible comp plan, incredible leadership at the top. And what really, really makes this like the most amazing opportunity ever is that we have less than 175,000 distributors. These other companies, you guys, they have millions. People look for opportunities like this their whole lives. And if you find one, you've got to jump on it because it really is once in a lifetime. And I believe that. I believe that with my whole heart. So when I ask myself, do I believe what I'm selling? And when I'm talking about selling, I'm talking about the opportunity, because we're talking about sponsoring today, not the products, but I believe in those too. But I'm talking about, do I believe in my heart that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, that if people don't join my team, they are crazy for not at least trying? I believe that 100%. If you don't believe that, that's okay. There are things that you can do to get yourself to where you are believing in your heart what you're saying. You're not just saying, hey, this girl Callie from Oklahoma told me this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You'll actually believe it yourself. And the way you do that, you guys, is by getting to corporate events, plugging in, getting involved in your Facebook groups, building a team around you of people who can help you, because this business is a roller coaster, you guys. You are going to need an incredible support system to celebrate your wins and to help you on the days where it's not going so great and you had that party and you got 0 sales. That's happened to all of us. That's the day I text my girlfriends and I'm like, girl, you are not going to believe what just happened. Like, how have I been doing this for 2 years almost and literally sold nothing at this party? Like, who comes to a party and doesn't buy anything? I at least like buy something out of like guilt and like sympathy for the girl sitting there, you know, doing her stuff. Anyway, so if you don't believe what you're selling, you guys, it's so important that you get to some corporate events. Everything changed for me at trainings, and I preach it to my girls in the Sene Squad all day, every day. Show up to go up. You've got to get to the corporate events and the local trainings. I love the saying that iron sharpens iron. Have you guys heard that saying before? Give me some hearts or some thumbs up if you guys have heard that saying. It's something that I've really, it's been something that I've taken to heart for a long time. Like even back in high school when I was playing volleyball, right? Like I wanted to be on the best club team. I wasn't the best. Yes, look at all those hearts. Yes, good. So I wasn't the best player, but I wanted to surround myself with the best people, right? Like girls who jumped higher, ran faster, served the ball harder, because that pushed me to want to be better. It's the same with your business at work, if you have a different job, and it's the same with your business at SeneGence. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, who work harder than you, who are more creative than you, because it will push you to be better. I love that we share with SeneGence, and it's such a wonderful culture, because I am a better leader because of the leaders that I have made friends with. You know, when we talk about showing up to trainings, one of the most critical reasons to show up at training is to meet the other people who are there. That's where you're going to get this support system that's going to help you. Because let me tell you, you showed up to a training because you want more, right? Like you want to learn something. You are willing to put some effort into this business. Well, guess what? Everyone else at that training showed up also. They could have sat on the couch, they could have hung out with their family, but they took time away from other things that are important to them to show up because they want more for their business. You do too. That's why you're at these trainings. That's why you're tuning in today. There's 14,000 girls in this group. We've got 170 watching. You guys want it, right? Like you're putting in the work. Network with other girls who want it, so you can get to this place where you are working the business and you are the kind of person that girls who are runners and who also want to work their business are going to be attracted to, because like attracts like. So if you're not there yet, that's okay. There's things you can do, but you got to get there. You got to believe what you're selling. You've got to be positive and excited and enthusiastic about the opportunity, because that will come through. That is more important about sponsoring than like knowing all the little nitty-gritty details. Your excitement, your passion, your enthusiasm for our business and for the opportunity that we have in front of us will be critical to your success with sponsoring. And one more thing about that, when you do sponsor someone, the only not the only thing. Of course, like you got to train them up. You got to give them their launch party. You got to do all the things that you need to do as an amazing sponsor for your girls that you're bringing in, or girls or guys that you're sponsoring in. But if you do nothing else, get them to see the vision. Get them to believe in the opportunity and what is possible for them with SeneGence. That is the best thing you can do for someone. Show them what is possible, right? Critical. It's critical. If that's the only thing I do for my girls I sponsor, that's enough, because there's so many other resources out there. Now, of course, we don't only do that, but I'm just telling you guys, like, put that on your checklist of having a real sit-down conversation with them, like I'm having with you guys, about what is possible with this company, and you guys set your minds to it and get out there and get after it. So make sure that you are where you need to be mentally, emotionally with SeneGence and with the opportunity. You're excited about it. If you're in a funk, we all go through those. Let me tell you the best way to get out of it. Trainings. Get to something, do something, I promise you. Critical to your success. Number 2, my second tip is to stay in phase 1. Have you guys heard that term before, phase 1? I hadn't heard it until I watched a training, iron sharpens iron. I'm always tuning in to the other leaders' trainings because I learn something every time. And my girl, Amy Inlow, did a training for her group, and I don't know if she coined the term phase 1, but she used the term, and I love it. So now I'm using it in all my trainings. So what is phase 1? Why is it important to stay in phase 1? Phase 1 is those first 90 days of being a distributor. Do you guys remember that? Drop a 1 or give me some hearts or thumbs up if you guys are still in your first 90 days. Do you guys remember? That was like almost 2 years ago for me. So first 90 days, man, I was so excited, right? Like you are amped up to be a SeneGence distributor. You're posting in your customer page every day. You're providing your customers that like Nordstrom's level customer service, right? Like you get an order, you're like responding immediately. You're shipping it out same day, next day, whatever you're doing, right? Like you are pumped up and you're working your business and you're booking demos and you're doing those things. As your team starts to grow, it is easy to get out of phase 1. It's easy because you start focusing on your team, and it's so exciting and rewarding to help other people have success in this business. It's like the coolest thing you will ever do. But it's so important for sponsoring to stay in phase 1, because the people that you are most likely to sponsor are your happy customers, right? Like the success rate of offering the SeneGence choice to happy returning customers is gonna be way higher than like just going out there and like walking around with your stripes on your hand and offering people the SeneGence choice. Like you have to have a steady stream of customers, because those are the people you're gonna sponsor. They're already interested in makeup. They're coming back for more. They love the product. They probably want it for a discount. These are the kind of people that you need to sponsor. So you've got to focus on your customers and continue to work your business. It's so important. So let's talk about working your business, right? Staying in phase 1, consistent posting, critical. If you're not in phase 1, that's okay. Get back in it. I've just completely rebranded my own personal page because I heard Amy's training and I thought, you know what? She's right. I'm not in phase 1 anymore. I got to get back to phase 1. I've got to continue my pipeline, because it doesn't matter how many millions of dollars your team has done. It's super important that we all continue to build our first line. You want the biggest, widest, first line in the company. That's where you'll make most of your money. And honestly, as you keep infusing new blood into your team, it keeps that excitement and that energy up, which you really need for your team. So consistent posting. I watched a training the other day, and the guy said we need to do 3 things when it comes to posting. We need to show results, we need to show value, and we need to show lifestyle, right? Okay, so think about that when you're thinking about posting in your customer page. Results, product results, right? Like, look how amazing our products are. Value. He said we need to focus on solving our target market's problems. That's how you add value. Not just posting like, oh, look at the climate control, it's so great, I love it, it's, you know, however much money. Not, look at my lip sense, it's so great. You gotta do that too, you guys, but you need to add value. What is your target market's problems? Think about it. And I'm not talking about just makeup and beauty problems. I'm talking about general problems. So here's a little tip for you guys. What I've done in the last week and a half is started thinking about that concept. What is my target market's problems and how can I solve them? Of course, like the one time I don't bring a water with me to do a training, I'm like dying over here. So I've thought about that, and also thought about like, what is my brand? Like, what do I care about? What are things that where I'm not like going out of my way to solve their problems, but things that I can share with them, tips and tricks that I do every day anyway, that could help my customers. So I have chosen to focus on, of course, beauty, healthy recipes and cooking. I've really kind of on this personal journey to like being like the best version of me this year. And that also includes like feeling good about myself and eating healthy and getting to the gym finally. So posting those kind of things, posting things for kids, like tips and tricks, things that help. Like I just posted the other day, like, oh, we bought this toy. It's amazing. If you have a 1-year-old in your life you need to get a gift for, here's a great suggestion. And then of course travel, which I love. And I'm really getting into like interior design. So I'm posting stuff like that. The engagement in my customer page has skyrocketed because I want them to see Callie posted in Bliss Beauty Bar and click on it. I want them to click on it because it might be my favorite recipe, which they're interested in seeing, but it might also be something about SeneGence and about our skincare, you know, and I want them to want to see what I'm posting and I'm adding value to them. That's one of the ways we stay in phase 1, right? So, and the other thing I'm doing, which this is not like rocket science, but I just started doing it and it's working really well, is I'm teasing what I'm talking about on my Instagram and my personal Facebook page. So I will post like a picture of the recipe I made and I will say like, talking my favorite recipes for 4th of July over, and then I link to my group, you know, Bliss Beauty Bar. So they have to actually click on my link, and then I've changed the settings in my page, so now they have to actually join my customer group to be able to see what I'm talking about in there. And it has, like, the engagement has skyrocketed, which, what does that mean for me? That means more customers, more potential team members, which is what I'm going for, right? That's where all of the money is at. So also think about when you're posting. So results, value, lifestyle, okay? Lifestyle is important for sponsoring because you want to show them what life could be like as a SeneGence distributor, right? And lifestyle is great because you're showing and you're not telling. You're not saying like, oh, this is my product that I love so much. Here's why it's so great and here you should buy it too. You're showing them like things that happen, like fun, that the business is fun, that you're excited about it, that you're having success, that you're passionate about it. Are you at a training? Like when you go to trainings, take a selfie with the girls that you're sitting next to and post something in your group like having so much fun at my SeneGence training tonight, because some of the girls out there, they're not going to join for the money. They're going to join because they need girlfriends in their life. They want an escape from the house. They want something to get out there and do. It's so important to do stuff like this. The other thing, you know, like Post that you're traveling. Post that you're, if you're up watching this at like 10 o'clock at night, let's say you guys are watching the replay, you got your laptop up, post a picture of your laptop and your notebook and your wine glass or whatever, and share it to your customer page. Like, can't believe they call this work. I'm up at 10 o'clock watching training videos for my new business. Show them your excitement and your passion, because you need girls to join your team who are equally as passionate, as driven, as motivated, and as excited as you are. Like attracts like. You have got to if you guys want to make big girl money, you have got to attract other people who want to make big girl money. Okay? Because it only takes 1 or 2 girls, but you need runners on your first line. People who you can bring in, sorry, I kicked my ring light here. People that you can bring in, train them up, show them how this business works, set them free. Bring them in, train them up, show them how it works, set them free. Get them pumped up, know that you're there for them. Let them know that you will be the best sponsor you can be, but you cannot drag people along with you. You got to get the runners. And if you're not out there hustling, you are not going to attract girls who want to hustle. Because if I'm sitting on the couch and I'm in your customer group, and I know I'm a hustler, right? Like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to be the girl at trainings. And I'm going to be the girl watching Facebook. And I'm going to try to make it the best that it can be. I want someone who's my upline who's doing that too. I don't want to make my upline, be the one at the trainings and my upline's like at home watching Real Housewives and won't come with me to these things. Like, I want to find someone who I can go to the top with. Let's do it together. So you've got to put that kind of vibe out there when you're thinking about your lifestyle posts in your social media. You need girls who want this like you want it. So if you're not putting out there the vibe that you're loving this business, that you're working the business, that you're trying, that you are hustling, start doing it, because that's how you're going to get these girls to join your team who are going to go to the top with you. The other thing about lifestyle posts is these are the perfect ones to do on your personal page. Personal page, okay? This is how you show people that the Sene life, right? Like, this is how you show people that you're having success, that you're having fun, that you're excited about it. You can do that on your personal page without turning everybody off. You will never catch me pushing our products on my personal page. That's what I use my customer group for. But you better believe everyone who's friends with me on Facebook knows I sell SeneGence, knows I love my job, knows I'm having a great time, and knows I'm being successful at it. When they think of me, I want them to think of SeneGence, success, fun, excitement. Those are the kind of things that I post. So if it's something that is not pushing the product, but it's like a lifestyle thing, that goes on my personal page every time. Okay? So critical: results, value, lifestyle. Make sure, ask yourself this question. This is like simple, but like kind of light bulb. Would you join your team? If you were at home, looking at your customer page, watching your social media, seeing you out and about, if you're out at a restaurant or whatever, are you putting the vibe out there of the kind of sponsor you would personally want? If you're not, time to check yourself and make sure that you are, because it's critical for you to do that, for you to have success with your sponsoring, because people join people. These days, there's lots of choices when it comes to who they sign up for with SeneGence. You want to make sure that they want to sign up with you. And part of that also is while you're, like when you're providing that Nordstrom's customer service while you're staying in phase 1, how responsive are you? How organized are you? What does your business look like? Because I'm thinking that's the kind of sponsor she's going to be too. Like, if she doesn't answer me back for 3 days when I try to order a product, how long is it going to take her to answer me back if I join her team? So make sure that you're in phase one, you're working your business, and you're showing all the people out there on your social media accounts the kind of sponsor you're going to be and what's possible with SeneGence. One other little tip for you guys when it comes to lifestyle on your social media, this is great for sponsoring. We did this with my team back in January when we set goals, and we got a ton of amazing feedback, a ton of engagement, and quite a few new girls on our team by sharing our personal goals on our customer pages. So what we did is we all took a picture of ourselves, and then we used word swag to put all of our big stretch goals on this picture. It almost looks like a magazine cover. I'll put a picture of mine in the comments later on so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And these are not like little goals, you guys. These are your big stretch goals. Put them on an image, share it in your customer page, because what you're doing is implicitly telling them what's possible with SeneGence without telling them what's possible with SeneGence. So you can put like, earn my free car, qualify for a free Disney trip, Costa Rica trip, $10,000 a month, like what, don't put things that they know. So don't put Crown Princess, put $1 million team. Put debt-free, put six-figure savings. These need to be like big, eye-catching, like, whoa, that's possible with SeneGence goals. Now make them realistic and your actual real goals, but put it down on an image, and I'm challenging every one of you guys watching this to share it in your customer page. You will get interest off of it. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, let me kind of tell you a great way to do this without kind of sounding braggy, right? If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I don't really want to put that out there. Let me tell you what you can do. Tell them in your post, watch this training this morning. We were challenged to put ourselves out there, get outside of our comfort zone, and share our personal goals with our customers. I'm super nervous to do this, but I told myself I was going all in with this business, so I wanted to share with you guys what I'm working on in this year, and I really appreciate your support of my business as I work to achieve these goals for myself. Something like that. Put it on me. Tell them that I challenged you to do it, and the only reason you're doing it is because of me, not because you want to. Show them that you're like growing and that you're pushing yourself and that you're excited about what you're doing, okay? You will be shocked at how successful this little thing is. And then you can do it like every 6 months, like update on your goals. This is what you've achieved. This is what you haven't achieved. You've reset your goals, whatever. It's a great way to tell people what's possible with SeneGence without actually having to tell them that it's possible with SeneGence. So try it out. Let me know how it goes. I think you'll have fun and be successful with that. Okay, so number 3. We're going to talk about my third tip for successful sponsoring is planting seeds, making your hundreds list, and making your dream team list. Okay, this is all kinds of goes together under planting seeds. So it's critical that you do this, right? Like, and when we talk about planting seeds, do you guys know what I'm talking about? This is basically just like mentioning it in conversation. Just telling people about how much fun you're having, if you're having success, that you love your business. When someone says, hey girl, what have you been up to? My answer always involves SeneGence. It's a huge part of my life, right? Now especially. But even before, when I first started, my answer always involved SeneGence. In the beginning, so now my answer is, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me, completely changed my life. I've got 5,000 girls on my team. This is the most rewarding thing I've ever done, things like that. I don't say all that at once, but you get what I'm saying. But when I first started, that wasn't what I was saying, but I was saying, girl, I just started selling this lip sense. It is crazy. I have had so many orders. It's so much fun. What have you been doing? Or, oh girl, I went to this training last night. There were 150 girls in the room. It was a blast. What have you been doing? Those are the kind of things. Just mention that it's fun, that you're having success, that you're liking what you're doing, that you can't believe, what's happened. Mention other people's stories. So when you're planting seeds, tell other people's success stories if you don't have your own to tell. So when I started with SeneGence, I didn't have a story that I thought was like incredible, like gonna blow people's mind and like be that attention grabber I was looking for. So I didn't tell my own story. I told Dawn's story. I told Jada's story. I told my friend Carly's story. I told Casey Rubley's story. Girls' stories who are like, wow. These girls, at the time when I started, I found out they were making $25,000 a month selling makeup. I was like, what? That is crazy. There's no way that's actually possible. Well, let me tell you what, you guys, it's totally possible. And it's possible to make even more than that because we have the most amazing opportunity ever in our fingertips, in our hands. It is so cool what's possible with this company. So if you don't have your own story to tell, find stories that you relate to, go out there, get to trainings, because almost all of our trainings start with our SeneGence story, and hear other people's stories so you can tell our stories while you build your own. And the more stories you learn, the better, because you can relate them to people. Like if I'm talking to a teacher, I don't tell them my story. Oh, I was a business operations manager. Like they can't relate to that as much as if I tell them what happened to Casey Rubley or what happened to Hillary Kuhn, who's on my first line. She's a teacher. She's so the more stories you tell, the more tools you have in your tool belt to tell a relatable story to the person you're talking to about the business when they ask. The other thing I want to mention about planting seeds, making your hundreds list, making your dream team list, is you have to be authentic when you reach out to people. So if you haven't talked to someone in a while, don't pretend like, hey girl, how's your kids, blah, blah, blah. You don't just be real. So an example of what I would say to a dream team person, this happened to me, I think Lacey's watching. She was on my dream team. She's my favorite dream team story because it's like the craziest success story you'll ever have. But she was on my dream team. Why? Because she has a lot of girlfriends. She is motivated and smart and driven. She was in an area that was pretty well untapped, and I just thought she could be really good at it. So I reached out to her. Lacey and I hadn't seen each other since high school. We had kept in contact a little bit over Facebook, but only like during football season when my team was playing her team, and that was pretty much it. So I just messaged her and I was authentic and real, and I said, hey girl, I don't know if you know, I'm selling this product. I think you would really love it, and I would love for you to try it. If you try it and you like it, I think you should consider selling it because you can make a lot of money, it's super fun, and you're in a market where there's not that many people. Let me know if you're interested. And then from there, the rest is history, and she had a $2.3 million team in 6 months, and this year you guys are gonna know her name. She's gonna be at the top. She's a rock star, and lots of the girls watching are on her team, and I'm so stinking proud of her. But that's what can happen if you put yourself out there and ask. You've got to put yourself out there and get outside of your comfort zone and just ask. Because what's the worst they can say? No? When someone says no to me when I offer the opportunity, I'm like, girl, you are crazy. This is your loss, not my loss. And when you think about sponsoring, you have to, when you put yourself out there, really in this business in general, right? Because we're in sales, we're gonna hear no. We gotta get comfortable with the word no. It's gonna happen, especially if you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. But what is important to do is to try your best to emotionally detach yourself from their answer. Emotionally detach from their answer, okay? Because especially when it comes to sponsoring, right? Like we have this gift. We have this incredible opportunity in our hands that we are telling people about, right? If they choose not to take us up on our offer, that's fine. Their loss. Next. You've at least, at minimum, planted a seed. And you never know what's going to come of it. But you guys don't want girls you've got to convince to do this. You need girls who see the opportunity, who want to work for it, want to run with you, and will go straight to the top. You cannot drag people along. So you have to give them the opportunity, show them what's possible, and then move on. If they're interested, they will ask. And then you tell them and you get them all pumped up and excited, and then you guys are on your way to the top, making that big girl money, okay? But emotionally detach yourself from the answer. And the other thing is, really, when we're talking about sponsoring, reaching out to people, getting outside of your comfort zone, if you can change the way you think about sponsoring, it will make a huge impact on your success, okay? So like when I think of sponsoring, this isn't about me. It's not join my team, help me, I'm trying to get to my next Frank, I wanna make more money. This has nothing to do with me. This has everything to do with them and what could happen to them if they at least tried. Because think about this. I think about this and I cry like most times. What would my life look like today if my upline hadn't have at least offered me the opportunity to say yes? My life would be so incredibly different. And I am living like this dream right now. Like this is like crazy that this can happen to people. And if she wouldn't have at least told me, like had she not have at least told me, my life would be incredibly different. And I'm forever indebted and grateful to her for giving me the chance to say yes. And that's what you guys are doing for other people. You're just giving them a chance to say yes. What's the worst that can happen? Like the worst thing that can happen, they can say no, they can try and their life will be the exact same it is today. Or what could happen to them? It's like, what could happen to me, you know, or what happened to me could happen to them. What's happened to you guys could happen to them. But you got to at least give them the opportunity to say yes, because we have this incredible opportunity. So when you start thinking about it like that, like this isn't about you, it's about them. How can you help them change their life? How can you help them make an extra $500 a month? Take the burden of daycare payments off their shoulders. Help them get out of debt. Whatever it is that you can do for them by showing them this opportunity. And then it's up to them to work for it too, by the way. This isn't your responsibility for them to be successful. Your responsibility is to be a great upline, get them pumped up, show them where all the things are, invite them to trainings with you. And then, you guys, we own our own businesses. We are our own bosses. We are big girls and boys. You are not responsible for your downline success. You're responsible for being a great upline, and you have to continue to offer the opportunity to other people. So think about it that way. Think about how would you feel if your upline hadn't have at least told you about SeneGence? Stink, right? Oh, that would stink. So think about it that way. Okay, number 4, last, not least, is this game is honestly this business is the most fun and easy game of follow the leader you'll ever play, right? We talked about it earlier, like this isn't rocket science. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. There are people who came before us who have done this and had a lot of success, right? What I did to be successful, to be sitting here today, getting the opportunity to talk to all of you guys, I did exactly what the people that I looked up to in this business told me to do. They said, wear your stripes, I wore my stripes. They said, front load your month. I reluctantly and hesitantly and scared, I did it. They said, show up to trainings, I went to trainings. Dawn said it, Jada said it. I was looking at these girls like, I want what they want. I want what they have. I want $25,000 a month. I want the opportunity to change girls' lives. I want to be able to do this for a living, which was not my goal initially, by the way, but once I started doing it and realized how much I loved it and how passionate I was about it, it was a no-brainer. But I wanted the success that they had. And so I did what they said to do. It's that simple, you guys. If you want it, go out and get it. Do the things that everyone who's come before you, who's had success, is telling you to do. Invest in yourself, invest in your business, get to corporate trainings and local trainings. If you leave this training with nothing else, that will change your business. A local training was my first light bulb moment in October of 2015. Seminar 2016 in April changed everything for me and my business. Everything. Worth the time, worth the money. You got to show up to go up. All of you guys watching today have taken that first step. Get to a local training and out of your living room if you can, and follow the leader. Find a leader that you identify with, hook yourself to their wagon, and get to where you want to go. That's what I love about this business. It's so flexible. Not everyone watching wants to quit their job and take over the world like I do, you know? And that's okay. The business can be whatever you want it to be. But if you work it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. And if you work it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. So keep that in mind as you're deciding what your goals are and how much you're willing to put in and invest. Okay? That's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys found this helpful. A little bit of motivation on your Tuesday. Drop your questions in the comments. I'll come back and answer them later. Anyone coming to Pit Stop this weekend, I cannot wait to see you guys there. If you see me, stop me, say hello. Love all of you guys, and make it an awesome day.